Hi, my name is Benjamin Davis, and today I will be talking to you about Jevon's paradox on fuel efficiency. Before we dive all the way in, let's review what Jevon's paradox is and what it means for us. Also known as the rebound effect, Jevon's paradox was theorized in 1865 by a man named William Stanley Jevons. He observed that steam engine efficiency had drastically improved, but the overall consumption of coal had not decreased. This was because coal consumption in other industries had exponentially increased. He stated that gains in efficiency resulted in increased consumption. This was because as efficiency increased, the price subsequently decreased, making the commodity available to a larger market and therefore increasing the demand. Now, the equation for Jevon's paradox is simply the expected efficiency minus the actual efficiency all over the expected efficiency times 100%. Now, Jevon's paradox only applies to when the equation is over 100%, when the gains in efficiency have caused an overall increase in consumption. If the equation spits out a number from 0 to 100%, this is known as a take-back, which is often the case in efficiency calculations. This essentially just means that consumption went down, but not as much as expected. Now, a modern-day example of Jevon's paradox is the consumption of fuel for automobile transportation. Fuel efficiency in cars has dramatically increased over the past couple decades. However, fuel consumption has never been higher, as seen by the graph on this slide. As fuel efficiency increases, we, as consumers, can afford to drive farther and faster, leading to more fuel consumption. Now, how widely accepted is Jevon's paradox? Some people believe Jevon's paradox is alarming and can cause disastrous economic effects if the commodity in question is too far consumed. This is especially true for natural resources essential to our market. Now, in fact, in 2007, a study stated that Jevon's paradox is applicable to the economies as a whole of 18 different European countries. Now, if true, this can lead to disastrous effects, both financially and in the supply-demand market. However, others are skeptical of Jevon's paradox, as it can never truly be experimented on and isolated in a real-world environment. This is because there are too many external factors that can negate the results of the experiment. Now, what do I believe? I believe that Jevon's paradox is valuable and essential to pay attention to and definitely should not be disregarded. However, as stated before, there are many external factors that can play into a role of commodities' increased demand and consumption. One very glaring reason to see an increase in demand is the obvious increase in the world's population and the increase in technology that we've seen over the past couple decades. Technological advances disperse the idea that we will really rely on fossil fuels for automobile transportation in the future. There's already been a dramatic movement in electric vehicle sales over the past 3 to 5 years. There's no reason to believe that this will slow down, especially with the current climate of global warming and global climate emphasis by our legislation. Here's my works cited, Thank you very much.